Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, July the 31st, 2023. Monday, July the 31st. Well, this time, everybody is going by chit-chatting and visiting Molly. They have no other storyline that we could be getting into. We could be rapping, we could be doing anything, but we've spent days with either Sam visiting Molly, four or five scenes of that. Next day, Christina's visiting Molly, 4 or 5 scenes of that. Then Alexis visiting Molly, 4 or 5 scenes of nothing. Okay, nothing. She comes to the realization that Chrissy wasn't so bad after all with her intentions and her offering, right? Whatever, I fast forward all three of those conversations with those different people. So now we have Sonny and Anna. Sonny comes out on the terrace of the Metro Court. Now, mind you, Anna had a pot shot, or not a pot shot, look, attempt on her life, right at the pool, top Metro Court. She's on the balcony by herself, drinking her wine and reading a book. And I thought, okay, I knew you were going to make yourself bait, Anna, but by yourself like that? What the heck is happening? Right? No. So Sonny comes in and he talks to her. And, they have a nice little chit chat. They're talking about, he's, telling her he really doesn't like the fact that she is by herself, and then they were kind of talking strategy. Whatever, boring. But are they putting them together quite a bit, everybody? Am I the only one noticing Sonny and Anna are having a lot of alone time? Interesting. That maybe that's because Anna's storyline is hot right now, and with Valentine not there, they need someone else to be there so that we can hear from Anna, hear what she's, because Dante's pledged to be by her side, but look, Dante's still a cop, right? Dante don't have that much free time. So anyway, they're just talking and about who could be, who could have been the target, and really they're all really leaning towards Anna being the target. Then we have, let's see, what do we have going on here? We have Gregory was getting on the elevator to go up to the restaurant. Tracy's running to the elevator. Hold the elevator. So he holds it open for her, and she gets in, and they're both looking straight. And he goes, "You're welcome." She looked at him. She said, "For what?" He goes, "I held the door open for you." And she looked at him like, "Yeah, you did, Ed." Tracy. So anyway, he goes, "Okay, well, I guess common courtesy is dead or whatever." She just looked at him like, "Look, if you need that kind of validation, you got a problem." That's Tracy, right? So they step off the elevator. She gets a phone call, and Tracy's like, "Wait, Monica, what? I'm already here, getting off the elevator to the dining room, and you're calling me now to cancel?" And so she's like, "Well, it's a medical emergency." She goes, "It's always a medical emergency with you, Monica. You're a doctor." Ah, so she, hangs up the phone. And I thought, Monica is back in town. And wait a minute, Monica is doing rounds at General Hospital. They couldn't have come up with a better cover, a better lead into why she was there alone. It would have made more sense if Brooklyn would have been canceling on Granny, right? But Monica, we haven't seen Monica in forever. So she's always upstairs, sick or away. She would not have made a dinner date with Tracy. So anyway, Gregory, he was being a gentleman. So he asked if Tracy would like to join him. And she's looking like, "Wait, what?" So she sits down. They actually have a pleasant dinner. They actually do. He told a silly little story. She kind of laughed and thought it was entertaining. I was like, wow, Tracy. I could tell by the time they had them bumping into each other. Remember, twice in 1 week, two people bump into each other twice in 1 week, they're getting ready to be an item, right? So, interesting. They go through the whole evening. The girl brings the check. Oh, and the check comes, and Tracy goes, oh, look, we need two separate bills. And Gregory says, no, no, we don't. She goes, I got you. I'll take care of this. And so Tracy says, I can pay for my own meal. Thank you very much. And Gregory looked across at her. He says, I don't doubt your finances. It's the gentleman thing to do, especially when I asked you to join me for dinner. So he says, next time you could pay. And so she goes, oh, you think there's going to be a next time? And he looked at her like, yeah. Look, my son is seeing your granddaughter. Come on now, whatever. So Tracy, like, she kind of got a little kick out of next time, right? So she's noticing him trying to handle the credit card after it comes back. The girl, takes the card, makes the payment, brings everything back. Gregory is they're getting ready to leave, he and Tracy, but Tracy's still sitting down. He couldn't pick up the credit card off the table because he was starting to have one of those muscle spasms. And Tracy is looking and she's seeing his hand shaking. And he's trying to play it off, right? So he kind of knocked the card on the ground, and he bent down and he finally got up enough, or the way he slid it off the table, I think he was able to slide it into the other hand, but then he was kind of bent over, he was a little wobbly, but he was able to straighten himself up. And Tracy's looking at him like, okay, something's going on here. I'm surprised she didn't flash back to the park when Gregory had an episode and she was there, right? So he gets on the elevator. She immediately picks up her phone and she calls Alexis. She says, Alexis, something's wrong with your friend. What is it, right? So they leave that there. And then we have Christina. She goes to see Michael. And when she goes to see Michael, she's talking to Michael, and that's when Michael kind of dismissed Nina, remember, for Christina to come in. And she goes, Michael, why are you being such a, I think she called him the B word, towards Nina? And he goes, what? He goes, you heard what I said. You need to give her a break. And Michael's like, you know what, Christina, we all are not you. Okay. You have forgiven Nina. That's you. That's not my feelings, and that's not me. And so he goes, anyway, I'm working. So she goes, oh, I know. So he goes, so why are you here? So she's talking to him, and she's talking about her project, and how she's in over her, she's got a lot going on. She's in over her head, and she worries as to, will she be able to do it? And he is like the second person or third person that had to give her a pep talk. You could do it, Charlie Brown. You can do it, right? So she finally asked him, would he be on the board? Would he be? She goes, I know you got a lot. I know you're covering Drew's part of Aurora while he is in prison, or she goes, away. And he goes, and I know Willow is still recuperating, but I need people I could trust on the board. And, I value you. So of course he ended up saying for his little sister, yes, he would be on the board. He would be happy to help her. And he was saying, Chrissy, why don't you ask Dad for more help and guidance with this? I could do it on my own. I could do it. And he goes, okay, but I know Dad would be willing to help. See, what should have been automatic is she should have went and saw a building she liked, or a design, or any kind of architecture, taken it to Sonny and said, Dad, can you get all this done? This is what I want the building to look like. And Sonny would have picked up a phone call, got her a general contractor and say, handle it. And it would have been that easy. See, running the facility, her idea is phenomenal. It's great. That does not mean she has to have the wherewithal to build this building from the ground up. Because she doesn't. And she is way over her head. So now we get to Ryan. Oh my God, I still call him Ryan from All My Children. We get to Drew, Cameron Matheson. We get to Drew. He convinced the guard to let him go. He's, and he's tending to Cyrus, and he's like, where is the doctor? And apparently there was a little breakout, little riot in the jail, and the doctor was held behind the riot lines so that they couldn't let him get to Cyrus. And so it got to the point to where Drew could not feel a pulse, and he's like, stay with me, Cyrus, stay with me. And so first I thought Cyrus was faking, but as the episode went on, I'm like, okay, he is not faking it. He is actually really having a heart attack. Let's see what happens with that, right? So anyway, that was about it. Nothing too much. See, right now, they're spending a whole lot of time back and forth on conversations with the same people. A lot of conversation. So that's all there was. Let's go to Comment Corner. Now, there are like 44 comments. I'm going to turn on my trusty, dusty timer. And let's see, stop, reset. When I get to 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and stop. So let's get to Comment Corner. And this is from Yolanda. Yolanda says, the so-called fans are complaining about Trina and Spencer. And Leanne says, I have to say that the Sabrina storyline has been the most disappointing storyline on daytime TV. It really is too bad that the show wasted Tavia and Nicholas's time with the fictional relationship that was never really going anywhere. The temporary writers are doing a fairly good job so far, aside from the Sabrina storyline. And then Lucy says, how about Christina calling out Michael as such a B word? I know she did say that to Nina. That is the Christina we know and love. And then Karen said, Josh said you won't be here long enough to remember anybody's name. She was talking to that new nanny Betty. And then LaShanta says she only slapped Ava because she's scared for her mother. Jocelyn is not scared for her. Jocelyn's instincts are good. And then we have Susan. Susan says, Susan gave a great recap on the episode. So everybody, please go and read Susan's recap. But one thing she did say is perhaps they can only have 2 people in the room to visit Lulu at a time. And perhaps he brings Rocco on separate visits. So that could be, you're right about that. That actually could be, Susan. And then DB says, these new kids have some acting chops. The new Davis girls, not so much. I hope Lulu recovers for her kids, but I'm content with Sam and Dante. And then Dacia says, if Nina keeps pushing this up, I hope the secret comes out about Nina and Martin. Had Martin call the SCC on Carly and Drew, Sonny will lose interest in Nina quickly. And then Linda says, I think Sonny is already losing interest in Nina because he got her off the phone quickly and called Carly to boot. Hey. And then Dacia says, Betty is just another Esme type person who is going to find herself gone before she gets started because Sonny will not trust this new nanny. He'll get rid of her soon. No, Sonny already does not trust that new nanny. And then Stars Zone says, why is Dex telling all Sonny's business to Jocelyn. He does know, he doesn't know loyalty. The full Dex is the worst henchman ever and very untrustworthy. So Sonny needs to hire someone that's got his back 100% and is very trustworthy and loyal. And Dex does not have that with Sonny. Plus, he's a backstabber. And then Sonny needs someone who's a good expert ninjas, has good expert ninja skills, martial arts skills, spy gadgets, fighter background, and smarter, intelligent, skillful, level D, skillful level brain too. Well, you know what? That is a perfect mob boss right hand man that you just described, Stars. However, you weren't describing Jason at all. And Jason was the best right hand henchman. Jason did not know martial arts. He was never karate chopping, and that wasn't Jason. Jason's he's a good fighter and a sharpshooter. Okay. Yeah, he's very intelligent. Jason could have been a doctor, but yeah, Jason was definitely no martial arts guy, and he knew how to keep his mouth shut. And then Lisa says, Ava cannot stand Betty. She doesn't like kids. I can't wait for Ava to get her back from that slap. Oh, heck no. Agrees. Wait a minute. Agree is not going into my house. Okay, maybe you mean Betty's not going into my house. Ava doesn't like to be in the dark about what's going on. If Ava took Avery home, she wanted Avery, home. She wanted Avery would not be safe if Betty became worried that Sonny was onto her. Yes, Avery would not be safe. Lisa says, where is Rocco? I hope Ryan returns as Lulu. Oh, the Lulu that which one is that? Is that the original Lulu or the one that just left? I agree that Maxie and her kids should stay at Lulu's house. And Linda says, yes, Maxie should buy the house. And then Susan says, me too. It would help Maxie out, and she just doesn't have enough room for 3 kids as they keep fighting. But isn't that typical of siblings? Yes, it is. They also need separate tablets. Yes, they do. As I see that tablet getting busted one of these days. And then Anthony says, he's back. You must mean Sonny. And then Star says, but Christina is Avery's blood sister. That's for darn sure. Yes, she is Avery's blood sister. And then we have, ever since Spencer and Trina came back from Greenland, the kisses and running and jumping into each other's arms stopped. Esme needs to stop with trying to keep getting between them. Portia has made it very clear she doesn't want Spencer and Trina's life. Esme is listening to them talking and planning on how to come between them. Yes, she is. Lisa, you also wrote a great recap. Everybody, we can go and read the rest of Lisa's thoughts. P. Merle says, whoever taught Dex how to survey someone, he is the worst hitchman ever. He is a wankster. He tells Jocelyn too much, and that's a no. I love how Carly and Michael consider Nina a non-factor. I know she didn't come up in either of their conversations. Nina's relationship with her daughter is her own. Willow even said she doesn't expect the rest of the family to like Nina. Just be civil. You are so right with that. She had one visit with Willow, and now she wants to be invited to family gatherings. Baby steps, pushy mama, baby steps. And then DB says she is way too young and goofy to tell her so much info. You're talking about Dex telling Jocelyn. And then Ron says the first thing you learn is not to get family and friends involved and keep your mouth shut. That is so true. Let's see. You know, everybody, I think I almost made it. Let me see, but I need to bring this up. Make this a little bit bigger. Keep your mouth shut. And then Sabrina says, hi, Daily Recap Lady. Regarding Spirina, in my opinion, some writers are trying to break them up slowly. And they're getting us engaged into the Esme storyline. Even today, in my opinion, the interactions were different. Me too. He should have given her the forehead kiss. He's been getting her lately instead of that tight-lipped kiss. Trina should have told him, let's go to your room, LOL. The actor has a girlfriend, so maybe she doesn't like the interactions between them. Lastly, why no scenes between TJ and Molly? I think they're going to age him. I hope I am wrong. So that is all of the comments. And you know, I saw some other comments when I was skimming through the comments before this. And someone said, so I'll just say what I read because I don't see it right now, that the actress that plays Trina on her Instagram, she said that she was disappointed the way they have changed the Trina and Spencer storyline. You know, the writing is separating them. And she was very disappointed in that because she liked the chemistry that they had. And then Nicholas Chavez on his Instagram said he was disappointed too, that they are changing the Trina and Spencer storyline. He was really having fun with that storyline. And they also addressed, or Trina, the actress that plays Trina, she said that yes, they had them do a lot of shots together, offset on Instagram to promote them as a couple, but they were never involved with each other personally. And that makes sense because, you know, there were quite a number of shots of them together out of work. But okay, they wanted us to buy into the fact that they even really like each other out of work. Okay. If you got to, you got to. But anyway, that's it for Monday, July the 31st, last day of July. I'll be back for the first day in August on the daily recap for General Hospital.